Welcome back to the channel. Well, we're here at Carlisle's and we're enjoying the great cars and trucks that are here, all of the Ford Nationals. We're over here at the MRP booth. Welcome back to the channel. Well, we're here at Ford Nationals at Carlisle, and we actually have our truck over here at the MBRP booth, showing off our nice exhaust. Let's see what we got there. There we go. She looks good. Sexy little exhaust. You can see that we do have our truck lowered.
Boosted F-150 on YouTube. Check out MBRP, hashtag MBRP exhaust.
Yeah, man. See, you guys got a nice truck over here too.
Alright.
We got the CJ Pony drift car here. We have a nice 19 with a Whipple. This one has the after axle exhaust. But we also got to see over here, I'll walk you guys over real quick. What I was highly excited about that I saw right behind my truck, basically, is the new Raptor. So we got the 2022 Raptor over here. I'm gonna try and get some good shots of this thing. It's here out in the wild.
That's where it should be.
There we go. Look at that thing. Beautiful stance. Beautiful, beautiful. So we were discussing before, off camera, at the time, about the suspension tuning and all of the different tuning aspects that separate this one from like the previous Raptor and regular F-150s.
Yep. So what's key about the Gen 3 is it's a totally new rear suspension. So it's a 5-link, which means it has upper and lower trailing arm, panhard bar, and we get rid of the leaf spring, and we can run a coil spring. With that 5-link, it controls the actual pitch in pre-session, and we can decouple the spring rate from doing that control. So on an off-road vehicle like this, that gives us the ability to have a softer spring rate but still control the axle. And so we can basically make the car flatter, let the suspension eat up all that energy of the road surface when you're driving where there are no roads at a fast speed. And then we use the ability to hold the axle in control with 5-link, so we can put power down quicker, right? So in essence, it's a big win-win for us to get that ability that we don't have to torque truncate anymore, because we hold the axle under better control with the 5-link system. So we don't have any truncation in first gear or second gear anymore like we did in the previous generation. So we can just put that power down, take advantage of the 10-speed low gearing ratio, and really get you a good launch. In the front, it's an all-new front suspension. We've added an inch of travel in the front, so we're overall 14, 15 in travel. So what that does is we're able to take advantage of all that changes in the rear, and we're not held back by the front anymore. As you kind of go into events, we really wanted more travel out of the front, and that's why we did the extra change in the front to go with the rear. So the frame's all new. Frame's actually modified again to hold a 37 up under the bed, so we had to modify the frame to do that. And then in the shock systems that we have, we've changed the shock systems. It's still an actively controlled solenoid valve, but what we've done is increase the pressure capability of the tubes, of all the components in it, gone to a low friction fluid to help with temperature dissipation, and revalved everything. And with that, we're going to basically, for each bit of travel, get the ability to have twice the amount of damping force created. So we can go over those large undulations, take advantage of the suspension, and be able to burn off all that energy in the shock system. So we can tell when, from the ride height sensors and the yaw sensor, what you're doing, so we can basically compensate. If you're just driving, you know, to the store, you're going to get a really nice ride. If you're driving really hard in the desert, it will basically set that shock system up to absorb all those bumps, not really you know, beat you up as far as when you drive, so you can focus on driving and the road as you road ahead. So it's a great system to give you an all-around performance, and just opened up that envelope of capability for us on that. So that's really the highlights from the chassis. Of course, the 37 is a big addition as we look at the bed here, and me and you are not short people.
Yeah, it's up there. You figure right there. I'm 6'4", so it comes up pretty high.
Yeah, so we're up again, so we get better running clearance. We now have an approach angle upwards of 33 degrees. Basically, it's a big improvement for not only the capability of the tire itself, but raising the vehicle as you go through it. It has more capability now. You go over larger dips before you put the front end in, and that overall capability from the 37 is what that brings to the table, with not a lot of degradation in just the on-road NVH of the tire. We set it against the same targets as what we do on the 35, so it came across really nice on the ride from driving it down from Detroit today. It was excellent. And then as you looked at everything else, right, we run active exhaust on it, so we get the most power out of the 3.5 we can. So that's unique to the Raptor. It's a neat setup where we're basically equal length on the exhaust system as it comes out of the hot end exhaust. So
yeah, I saw that.
We don't have any half order or dissonance. You can think about it as dissonant sound.
Yeah.
It's a pure sound. And because with active exhaust we can go really straight pipes, you get that pure sound, which is what people have been asking for from the Gen 2. So looking forward to getting the chance to show you guys what it sounds like. In the front of the truck, I think the team's kind of seen the front end, but just to give you an idea of how big the arms are, right? So that's one of the 5-link lower arms, right? So it's full meter long, and that gives you an idea of how much control we can create on that axle. In the front of the truck, what we wanted to do is really take advantage of the heritage and really what we were trying to do with a trophy truck, right? And so it's all that pure horizontal. You can see that with the running lights on, marker lights. Everything's kind of going across that vehicle to really stretch it out. It is the same basic track width, but with the styling, we really stretch it out, and it really gives it a nice wide look to match its stance.
Yeah, the presence of this truck is nice.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it to Carlisle. The pictures don't. It's hard to get scale on the truck, right?
Yeah.
When you see it. But yeah, everything's all about dragging that horizontal, so that's why the hood vent's tied into the leaf screen to drag that character line across. You can see, again, from what we've done, from the marker lamps are now the markers out at the outside. Rigid fog lamps are available from the factory now, so it's been a...
Okay, so those are options.
Yep, those are options. So we got one that's wired to the fog lamp switch, and one that's wired to the aux switch on the overhead auxiliary switches. So it's something I was up on the hill looking at the Raptors today, and you can see a lot of modifications people have done for the Gen 1s and Gen 2s. So we keep track of that. Really want to give the customer the opportunity to get that from the factory. So again, we're super proud of the Gen 3. The team's worked tremendously hard to bring all the pieces together, and looking forward to get people behind the wheel on it.
All right. Can you tell us about the over-the-air updates?
Yes. So just like all F-150s for 21, we've got the ability to do over-the-air updates. So as we develop new features or improvements on existing features, we're able to send that to the car over the air from the cloud. So it's pretty amazing. It's I haven't quite figured out the details of how that happens, but you basically can set that up, and then it's all queued. If it's a long update, it'll queue itself over multiple days to make sure each module is updated. It's pretty sophisticated, the teams that put that together.
Okay. Now, the main question with it having, with the manufacturer having access to the vehicle in that way, if someone did, say, an aftermarket tune or something on their vehicle, how would the over-the-air updates?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay.
I think what it tries to do, if you're in the over-the-air suite, it knows if you've done like one in the middle of the year and there's another one that comes up in the end of the year, right? It'll know and build off the one you did in the middle of the year. So I think it's smart enough to know what your truck's, how many updates it's had, and where it is in that continuum.
All right.
So I don't know if it knows anything more than that. I'll ask them.
Are there going to be any warranty ramifications if the vehicle is unable to receive an over-the-air update, say for an entire year or two, or what?
I think it's a choice by the owner to do it. So,
so it's not mandatory.
Nope.
Okay.
It's always a choice.
Right, that's good. You just don't know how much you eased a lot of people right there.
Yeah. Well, like anything, right? It's always between, we used Ford Pass today because we locked the keys in the car. And it's just a lot of the features that are available you may not use every day, but sure as heck are useful when something happens. And so Ford Pass is another one that's available today on the cars that's a great feature, right? So I think as people get accustomed to what these features are and apps and stuff, there's just a lot of capability to really give you peace of mind on the vehicle, like Ford app or what's going on with it, and then it's just more sophisticated features can come on with this vehicle as it's connected more to the cloud.
All right. And one of the other things that we went over earlier, so this one is not a hybrid like the Power Boost.
No, this is a straight up internal combustion engine. It's a 3.5 liter twin turbo. It's our go-to motor on the F-Series platform, so a tremendous capability for a quick torque curve, right? So it'll ramp up really quick. The turbos are very small in inertia, so they can ramp up really quick and then hold that power. So it's a great motor. From the size and weight of it, what we like about it is it can deliver that torque and not put a lot of weight on the front end. Because as we're running fast in the desert, we really don't want
it to
a lot
nosedive.
of weight on the front, because you really want that athletic capability, right? And with the aluminum body and this powertrain, we just got a tremendous amount of capability to run with this chassis.
Do we have an official weight for it?
No, not yet. No, we'll probably do weight, power, fuel. Probably as we get closer to end of summer.
Okay.
We usually wait and eke out as much as we can on those things.
For a competitor purposes.
Yeah, and then we end up weighing the trucks. Each truck's weighed as we go pre-production, and that kind of sets the weight.
All right, without putting you too far into the bus here, does it have more power, even if it's 1 horsepower, than the Gen 2?
Well, I think we can say that we have more torque to the wheels.
Okay.
Because we're not torque truncating in first and second gear anymore. And I think you notice that as soon as you jump in this Gen 3 versus the Gen 2.
All right, man, I can't wait to hear this thing and see it move.
Cool.
As always, good.
Thanks.
Give me a rev. Gen 1 and Gen 3. This thing is a beast.
Yeah, but is that thing so you like people can go in there and then like can we go over again?
Ford director of Ford Performance. Well, we're finishing up over at Carlisle's and we're heading out. But it was great, especially that Raptor. We did have some nice conversations, and he did confirm the Raptor R is coming when inquiring about the V8. Unfortunately, I can't get too much more information out of him on that. But as far as if it's going to be street legal or not street legal and so on. But yeah, I mean, that Raptor is beautiful. I loved it. I was trying to get a rev video, but he said he couldn't do that. But we do have a startup, so you can hear the actual exhaust. I'm going to review the edit. Hopefully, we're able to pick it all up. But that thing is literally a beast, and that's pretty much it. It's on my bucket list of things to get this coming fall. But big thanks to MBRP for having us in their booth. Those guys were great. We had some fun. It was hot, but it's Carlisle. Carlisle's always hot. It's just that time of the year. But it was great to get out, see people. Everyone was kind of pretty much out. You could tell that whole 2020 thing, that people were enjoying just being out, seeing all of the cars, all of the trucks. We had some great trucks there. So I'm just driving, so I'm looking all over the place still. I always still watch people. The worst thing is when you look in your mirror and you see someone coming up too fast, and you're like, no, don't do it. But yeah, as everyone got a chance to see, that did come over to the booth, the truck is now lowered. So we do have our VA Specialties performance kit on it. So in an upcoming video, we'll go into details onto this kit and everything. But yeah, truck looks good. Truck rides good. So now, the only thing that seems to be missing is some boost. So I may try and get another test with just the suspension in an upcoming video while it's still NA one more time, and then from there I gotta have boost. I'm looking at the Raptor. The Raptor's boosted. My buddy Jason from MBRP, he had his Whipple truck there, so he was boosted. Buddy Stang Mode was there, he was boosted. Buddy Josh had the blue F-150 with the twin turbos, boosted. I'm the only one that's sitting here all naturally aspirated. Keela, the 350, she was there with her GT350, boosted. Everybody's got boost. My channel's boosted F-150, so, we're going to get some boost on here now. Like now. But, until the next time, though, this is unboosted F-150 out. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the Raptor.